Mega Man Battle Network is my favorite Mega Man series in the franchise. In fact, the 6th version of the series was the one that I played the most, multiple times in fact. But throughout all those playthroughs, I have never done anything that was interesting or challenging. Until now, that is, where I've done a complete playthrough just only using the Mega Buster, which is a default weapon that you use, the others being battle chips. But there are non-damaging chips that I use, such as Buster Up to increase the Mega Buster's damage. And I also did rely on stuff like the Barrier program and a little bit of the Invisible chip. So with all that being said, let's get right into the challenge. Starting into this, I did know a little bit about speedrun strats, such as movement frames and also mashing through the dialogues that I've seen hundreds of times. I ran into this robo-dog that was giving this mysterious girl trouble, so I went to help. Turns out there were some viruses causing it to go rampant, so I entered my first battle where Mega Man teaches me how to fight, but I ignored his advice and Mega busted through it all. I saved the girl and went to explore the new internet area, and that's where my first problem began. This door required me to get the reflector chip, but the issue, since each shot does 10 damage per charge shot, and I wasn't able to upgrade it at this point, I kept on getting a level 6 buster rating, which guaranteed me Zennies. It took me quite a while to realize this until I enabled Buster Max, which is a new feature that comes from playing the Legacy Collection. This was my first time ever using this feature and immediately recognized how OP it was, so I made sure to turn it off right away. And while I'm at it, to make this a bit more interesting, I decided to not use any recovery chips. With how easy this version is, it was very much doable. I managed to finally get the chip, then entered my new school, which immediately went into jeopardy, and it was up to me to save the day. I got through this scenario quite effectively thanks to my knowledge of speedrunning this section, and fought Blastman, our first boss battle, who is quite easy to handle, even while having 1 HP. The thing about Blastman is that he never goes on the road where you are, so if I stand on top, where the cube is blocking me, I essentially force him to move either the middle or the bottom row, and he likes to move 3 times before attacking on the 4th movement. So with all that information, taking him down was no big deal. After saving the school, I finally have access to the Navicus where I get a program to level up my buster shot to now 20 per shot. To celebrate this, I went to visit the aquarium, but trouble followed, and I had to take care of it. And it was this moment where I realized that the enemies were getting tougher. Not that they were difficult to handle, it's just that I couldn't run away from them. It was an issue that lasted the entire playthrough, which was a time-consuming encounter. During this minigame, I found a program which lets me start off with a barrier at the start of every battle that blocks 1 hit every time. So I got through it. I had to fight Dive Man, who is probably the most annoying boss fight since he likes to hide and pop out. With some incredible dodge skills and time-inducing battle, Dive Man gets put down. A major and one of the most important sections of this game is using Heatman. Throughout some of the section, you are forced to play as him, and this was one of them. The thing about when you first play as Heatman is that you have to fight these tea kettle enemies who only takes fire damage, and Heatman's charge shot shoots out flames up to 2 blocks that does 40 per hit. Worse of it yet, it can also heal itself quite fast, but if I time it correctly, I can eventually outdamage it. Area grab is a must-have to be able to reach the back row. Oh, and Buster Up obviously. Turns out Buster Up was a huge advantage that I thought, because it turned Heatman's 40 damage into a 60 damage per hit, which saved me so much more time as I needed 3 shots just to take it out rather than the billion of shots originally. After I was finally done with Heatman, I had to fight him. Then the tutorial for the cross system popped up, which I blatantly ignored. The shop was finally open, which meant that I got to go to the lotto code to grab a program to increase Megaman's stats to max, with charge being 1 off. The internet had a problem, so Megaman's solution was to suck the problem into him, which gave him a stomachache. So I had to rely on Heatman's help to fetch some remedies for him, not before taking care of some evil spirits and a couple of trials. Then a random clown tried to fight me for it, but we smacked his minion and cured Megaman. Turns out sucking that huge beast gave Megaman an ability called Beast Out, which turns his Buster into a minigun. So in this yet another tutorial, a flawless attempt. I ran into this clown again who calls himself Circus Man. He has only 3 attack patterns which I was easily able to see through. And he goes down. I went back to the store as they were doing a special service and let you buy chips you already own. It's a major deal since you can obtain different codes, but at a high price. However, I was looking for another buster up which I couldn't afford. Luckily, I solved the riddle which gave me an extra folder that gives it to me. I get a word that my dad has been arrested, so I rush to check the situation, find an alibi since he's been falsely accused of his crime. Once I reported the truth, this nice gentleman started a robot army, and it's up to me to save the day. Once I got past the fun minigame, Judge Man was the opponent causing trouble. It was this fight that made me remember something that I haven't seen in a while. Even after having hundreds of hours on Battle Network 6 and fighting Judge Man many different times, the thing is though, with all those times, I normally would defeat him quite fast. Because this challenge has me slowly whittle down the opponent, I was able to see some of the few attack patterns that I haven't seen in quite some times or just haven't seen in a while. Finding Judge Man was one of them. He brought out a mechanic where he summons a book here. Whenever you make contact with it, it shoots out a bubble that can trap you. And something that's very annoying is that it likes to stay in the front row and move wherever row that you're in, so essentially blocking my buster shots. But as long as I time it well, if I wait just a few frames away, Judge Man will be able to go to front row, which was a huge success. After saving the day, I went to take on a test to 4 navies and go on a gauntlet waves of enemies. The first one was only 3 waves, which was no big deal. The second navi was also no big deal. The third navi ramped it up by having 2 of these Quaker enemies that, whenever they land, it causes an earthquake that momentarily puts you in place. Thanks to the barrier, it mitigated the problem. So yeah, that was the only slight roadblock. However, the 4th navi had 10 waves of enemies for me to fight. The start wasn't so bad, but in the middle of it, had this bulb and scarecrow enemy. The issue here is that the bulb is armored unless it attacks, but the only opening you have is whenever it attacks, or if you have a break type chip. So what I have to do is that I have to dodge it, then quickly time it well and not get hit, to move back in place and shoot it just in time. And the scarecrow shoots in a straight line after a couple of seconds. So this means that my mobility is very limited. And because of this problem, it took me quite a couple of attempts. That was not good. Yeah, I legit have to kind of stay in the middle here. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on up, come on up. No. Okay, 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 okay. 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 I kind of panicked it because I didn't know what to deal with it. We gotta take this one this time. This first hit. I got hit. Oh, I took double hit. That is not good. I was gonna die right there either way. I need some kind of like another barrier. Did I not get like another barrier or something? Okay, I think I could get HP right here. Let's see if that helps, because that's like the only thing I could do right now, unless I like intentionally try to farm some stuff. It's gonna suck a lot. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. Okay, I had to let that happen. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, now I just gotta beat this thing down. I finally took down the main issue, but another problem quickly arose. The scarecrow can heal all the way to full HP. For a bit, I thought that it was going to be impossible, but I quickly got an idea and damage boost my way to take it down. And that was it. The rest of the battle were simple to get through, but I couldn't celebrate just yet since our friend was in trouble, so I went to go find him. But now Megaman is in trouble, so He-Man had to go save him yet again. As I was going about my day, the weather seemed very unnatural. So I went to Sky area and turns out there was something going on about this place. After doing a consecutive amount of battles and completing a minigame, turns out a Navi called Element Man was behind the ruckus. With a dominant display of skills, Element Man was disposed of. Thanks to this defeat, I was finally able to afford my third buster up. And I technically could have got the invisible right there, but I wanted to try to not rely on it too much for this challenge. After I did that, we get to visit our old friends from the previous games. Their navies gets captured, so I went to the undernet to fight Blastman, whose patterns were the same, and Dive Man, who is still annoying as ever. After defeating them, it led to Megaman getting captured, so once again, He-Man had to do the rescuing. Not before dealing with some evil spirits, then had to face sideways Megaman in order to free him. This boss battle was one that I rarely practice and also rarely fight, but was simple to quickly figure out. Boss likes to move a couple of times before going up to you. If I fail to dodge, then I get stunned, which leads into getting gunned down. And every once in a while, he likes to put down a thunderball that slowly lingers towards you, which disappears after a while. With very few attack patterns to learn, it wasn't hard to piece things together on how to deal with them. To save Megaman for the last time, we now fight Colonel, another one that I rarely fight but remember quite well what he does. You want to make sure that you stay in the middle so that way he does his cross slash, which is an opening for me to attack. He also has projectiles when he summons a soldier either in front of you or behind you, and shoots missiles that cracks my tiles. This is the only thing to watch out for since it limits where I go. But while doing all of these, it gives me a chance for an attack each time. Now the reason that you want to stay in the middle most of the time is to prevent him from doing just that, not as often. Unfortunately, that's what happened, but thankfully, it was towards the end, so it didn't give me too much of a problem. After a crazy day and realizing who the enemy were, I decided to check the undernet for more info and ran into some weirdos who wanted to stop me. Although some weren't difficult, there were some that I thought were interesting. These enemies are never easy. Okay. Oh, there's a kettle. Do I have to attack with fire? Please don't tell me I have to attack with fire. Take him down. Okay. It's not like the He-Man scenario. Do some damage. There we go. Okay. Definitely for sure the last one. Okay, this one isn't too bad. I think as long as I get the berry up, don't get like... No. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, I think it's a good thing that we saved. But yeah, that is not going to be easy to deal with. We have to not get hit, or I use the bear or use invis, because that saves us from being locked down from their stomping. Which apparently isn't working out, but I could do this. I can move. Make this last a good while. Okay. Dealing with you, I hope isn't too bad. Okay, so that was not gonna be... I just have to somehow not get hit. I think that's like the thing. Oh, wait. Oh no, I lost the barrier. Oh, the top part isn't even an opportunity too. Isn't that much of an opportunity. Oh no. Wait. This is it. Okay, there we go. From here, I realized just how close we were to the end of the game, and now was the time that I recognized that I needed to reorganize my folder to be able to shuffle my chips around to ensure I get busted up much likely. Me and a couple of friends were invited to an exhibit to check out, but quickly find it was a ploy to capture us by Dr. Riley, the antagonist of the previous titles. Todd, who is our rival, saves us, and I had to save my friends and stop Dr. Riley's evil plans. I had to go through a series of obstacles such as revisiting Dive Man minigame. Thankfully, I didn't have to fight him. Go through Judgment stage and fight him too. His pattern was pretty much the same, but higher HP pool. The same was said for Element Man stage, with a slight hiccup and having to restart the minigame. I managed to get past him and move on to the final one, which was Blastman stage, but with a twist. I had to fight these evil spirits. I failed one battle, but nevertheless, defeating these meant I had to fight Circus Man, which apparently I still have a slow reaction recognizing the attack pattern, but beating him means that we get to go through the final battle. I was ready to jump ship, so I head straight into it. This version has two final bosses depending on which version that you played the game, either Gregor or Falzar. Luckily, Gregor is the most easiest with ways or you can easily cheese it, with a simple attack pattern to dodge, especially if you are using battle chips. But Falzar is the more lengthy one, I would say, because some of the attacks it has is more technical. For me fighting Gregor, surely it wouldn't be a tough battle, right? So much higher HP pool. Have to be a bit fast. Be like that. Because that electric move where you have to back up and up or down, and there's a fire breath where you just move up or down. Oh, okay. That moves a lot more. Okay. You know, falling for that. By the way, that electric thing could go through invis. Okay, that move. Yep. Most of the time you want to be at the front. This might take me several tries because apparently I have a very slow reaction with those. There you go. I just gotta lock in so I can like focus on audio. Let me try to do that. See, there we go. If I just lock in. I didn't lock in. Why did I do that? Yeah. If I just lock in a bit more, just listen for the sound. If you don't hear anything, move up or down. If you hear the electricity, go back. Up. Ooh. I moved back. I moved back. I moved back. I'm locking in a bit more. Locking in a bit more. I get my other buster up? I'd be a bit greedy. I only get hit 2 more times. Why did I do that? My mind just kept on going blank. My god. Finally. With some few hiccups, finally did it. I technically didn't need the invisible right there, but I wanted to make sure I had some insurance. Oh my goodness. I had to just straight up lock in. Because I noticed that every time I tried to talk, I would lose my focus and I would get hit. Oh my goodness. Skip all this. That was the end of the game. And pretty much we did it. Oh, I forgot to set up the timer, but we pretty much did it in like 5 hours and 44 minutes in. And yeah, that was Megaman Battle Network 6 with me using only the Mega Buster, using no heals, using the barrier, and slightly used invisible. I had a blast doing this since it was my first time ever doing a challenge in a Megaman game, and I plan on doing so much more too. I do these live on Twitch if you want to check out the streams. Also, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I plan on getting more videos out for this channel as well, so feel free to stay tuned. So yeah, thanks for watching. Your fellow Z.